All right. Let's see if things are going all right. Yep. Okay. Okay, we are here. We are live. We are doing it. We're going to be opening packs for the brand new Tarkier Dragonstorm, the set that just released. Yeah, so let's check it out. How's everyone feeling about the set? Um, it looks like there are some pretty good cards. Uh, I looked at the Facebook gallery of cards, and I saw some pretty good ones. Kind of all over in rarity, so that's always a good sign for a set when it has good cards everywhere. But yeah, let's just go ahead and start with some of these packs that I got from the collector box. Which, gotta say, as always, thank you, Webcore, for sending them to the creators here. Um, okay, this is what we can get. Got a lot of tricolor cards so that there are maybe some legacy impactors to use with the meeting of the five, but we'll check it out. Okay. I forget what alignment does. All right. We got a mythic on our second card pulled, and it's a pretty interesting one. We'll look at that one a little closer once this pack is done opening. I always forget what alignment does, but we'll look at that. So it's got a ton of little evergreens here. Got trample, obviously. Decayed. Oh, interesting. It's got decayed. And then restore. When this card is put into the graveyard and at the beginning of turn, this card in your graveyard, activate X random gems, where X is this card's restore value. Okay, so it's got 3 activated gems. When you destroy one of the activated gems, if you control a creature, resolve this card's restore effect, and this card is exiled. Okay, so restore 3, your first creature is +5/+5. Can't trample, and then the first opposing creature gains decayed. Okay. When this creature attacks, opposing creatures gain imminent death. That's the part of it that I'm the most interested in. So, yeah, pretty interesting card. It's got a lot going on in it, but I think it's overall the effects are pretty good. So, what is alignment again? Triggers when you cast a monocolored card for the first time each turn. Oh, okay. So, alignment red, alignment white. All right. This creature gets +X/+0. That could get pretty strong if it's not even until end of turn. It's just beginning of your turn. You get a permanent buff. That's not bad. What's this here? Hey, what's up, Kilroy? Mobilize. Okay, it's got one of these mobilize. All right. 19 mana to cast this one. Target creature gains stun counter 3 and pick one and fetch one of the first. I mean, it's a strong effect and it's tricolor, but it's 19 mana. That's a lot. Update first creatures. Can't draw 2 cards. Drawing 2 cards without having to discard is pretty good in red, but the problem is you can't have creatures on the board. So this might be a playable card, but I'll have to see. Okay, well that was a pretty good first pack, to be honest. Okay. Already a dupe. Already 2 dupes. Mardu Warrior. Link creature you control. Meh. Target creature gets death test, berserk, and prevent damage until end of turn. It's an okay effect. We've had that effect before. Activate 1. That kind of sucks. It's only a 3 mana card, but who's ever going to really play that? Okay. Got a rare. All right. We'll look at that in a bit. 2 rares. 2 rares in a pack. Pretty good. 14 mana. 2/4 Orc Warrior with the. Oh, yeah. At the beginning of combat of your turn, or other warrior creatures gain shield counter 2 until the beginning of your next turn. Interesting. Shield counters only until end of turn. Or beginning of your next turn. So temporary shield counters are a thing in the game now. 4 mana for a 1/1, but it's got mobilize. You may destroy this card. If you do, deal X damage to the first opposing creature with the greatest power. X is the number of creatures you control, including their reinforcements. That's very situational. It's fine. It's a little goblin. It's cheap to cast, and it creates tokens on its own, so not a terrible card. What's Endure do? Control 3 creatures. First creature has +6/+X. Otherwise, create an Absent Spirit token and reinforce it X times. X is equal to creature's card's endure value. That's all right. A 3 that creates a bunch of tokens basically every turn. That's actually not bad. Alignment Y, activate 1, convert 2 gems to the matched color. Probably not going to see much play, even though it's interesting. Yeah, that's fine. New cards. Dupe rare. Okay, anything good here? Non-token creature you control dies or loses a reinforcement. Discard and draw. That can only trigger once per turn. Meh. Creature enters the battlefield. Exile the first 2 cards from your opponent's graveyard. If you can't, target creature gains stun counter 1. Kind of just get rid of that first part of the card, and it's maybe playable. At the end of your turn, if you cast 2 or more cards, gain 2 mana. I like the idea of this card, but 2 mana is not much. Activate 1 green, blue, or red. Convert a gem to green. Interesting, but it is a weak defender, so probably not going to use it. Ooh, nice. Roy, I saw that you were having fun with this card. I think Shiko is okay. Mythic Dragon that can pull mystical teachings. Yeah, that was one of the ones I thought would be interesting. That was one that stood out. But this card looks really good. I know they spoiled it already. It's 23 mana, though, so you're going to need to cheat it out. But, I mean, this is tailor-made for Grist. Yeah, that one's dope. Yeah. All right. Got a bit excited and didn't finish opening my pack. When this creature enters the battlefield, draw a card. Alignment, this creature gains double strike until end of turn. It's all right. Creature enters the battlefield. Endure 1. What is Endure again? Oh, yeah. Creature gets +6/+X. Yeah, it's an all right card. For 6 mana, you get 2 little weenie creatures. That could be good in Commoner Cup. Destroy random support from target player, then draw a card. Target player, so you can destroy one of your own supports. You could maybe do something with that that's interesting. Okay, that one's not great. Oh, wait. Mystical Teachings becomes 14 in graveyard. Oh, that's a good point. Well, dupe Mythic. Well, that's fine. Well, at least we got a new rare. At the end of your turn, creatures you control get +1/+1. When a creature you control dies for the first time, destroy a random opposing creature. Oh, during your turn. Huh. That could be pretty good in those events where you need to destroy a bunch of creatures. I kind of like it. I could maybe use that card in certain situations. Deal X damage to target planeswalker. X is the number of creatures you control, but not including reinforcements. That would be great if it was counting reinforcements. For 4 mana, that'd be a very solid card. This one's all right. Dragon Sniper, Vigilance, Reach, and Death Touch. But it's got Vigilance, so that makes it a little bit tricky. If you throw First Strike on this, I think it's a pretty nasty little creature. Though the Vigilance and Reach kind of throws it off for me. But maybe you can do something with it just on its own. But I don't know. It's a weird card. Coordinated maneuver. Okay, that's a dupe. Oh, nice. New mythic. 2 new mythics. Solid pack. Okay. This one's an interesting one. Jeskai Revelation, 16 mana, tricolor with flash. Return target opposing creature to their owner's hand. So that's a pretty good card to have flash on. Deal 8 damage to your opponent's planeswalker. Create 4 Jeskai Monk tokens. Draw 3 cards and gain 6 life. So it does do a lot for you. Drawing 3 cards is pretty relevant in today's meta. Yeah, I could see myself using this card. Prowess. Creature is +X/+X until end of turn. X is equal to this creature's reinforcements. Okay. So every time you cast a non-creature card, right? This creature's going to get +4/+4 because you're going to create 4 Jeskai Monk tokens. It's not a bad little card. I like it. Spirit Soldier, 14 mana, 2/2 with first strike. Spirit Soldier. When another non-token creature you control dies, endure 8. Okay. There's something you can do with that. That'll be one that I play around with. Definitely one to brew with, but I don't know. First creature gets +2/+2 and gains vigilance. For 6 mana, that's not bad. What does this do again? Harmonize whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield on your turn. If this card is in your graveyard, decrease its harmonize value by 1. When it reaches 0, cast this card from your graveyard, then exile it. Okay. So it's a way to put mana into your cards into your graveyard based on how many creatures you play in that turn. Okay. It's a pretty decent little effect, and it's got a way to cheat it out. So I think it's a playable common for sure, especially in Commoner Cup. Okay. Already getting too many dupes for my liking. 2 new commons. Alignment Red, deal 2 damage to your opponent's planeswalker. Don't care. When this creature enters the battlefield, destroy the top 3 cards of your library, then this creature gets +1/+1. Okay, that's a Nissa Shadowed Boughs creature. Haven't played her in a while. I should give her another try sometime. Okay, going on to our other packs. So we should get different cards from these 8 packs. Spell and dragon cards in your hand gain flash. Is that just while he's on the board, or do they just permanently get the flash type on their card? I don't know. Have to see. Target creature gets +3/+3, and then you shuffle this card in your library. That's too expensive for 14 mana. At 14 mana, I mean. At the beginning of your turn, convert 2 gems to the most present color on the board. When a dragon creature enters the battlefield on your control, that creature gets +1/+1. Okay, that can go well with the dragon, that dragon support from Foundations. It's okay. The creature enters the battlefield, discard a card and draw. Meh. Yeah. Pretty meh. Commons there. It's fine. It's just commons. Okay. Let's get some mythics or rares. No. When this creature deals combat damage, fetch the first creature card from your library with mana value 7 or less. That's actually, I don't hate that. Definitely one to put. You can do some good stuff with this card. I think this is actually playable, especially if you need a Healer of the Pride to get your things going. Yeah. When this support enters the board, target creature gets stun counter 1. Beginning of your turn, your first creature gets hexproof until end of turn. That's not bad. An enchantment aura. Yeah, I think people kind of sleep on these cards that let you just fetch, let you do targeted fetch. I think people don't play around with that idea enough. But targeted fetch in this game is pretty useful. Okay, let's keep going here. A new rare. That's good. Okay, when this creature enters, or when this card enters the battlefield, if you behold a dragon, create a gold token. You can behold a dragon by owning a card either in play or on your hand, in your hand, that shares the subtype specified on this card. If you do, you can trigger additional effects. Okay, so all you need is a dragon in your hand to create a gold token. Dragon enters the battlefield under control. This creature gets +1/+1. Then this creature gains flying and gains the dragon subtype until end of turn. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if I like that card at all. It's fine. When a non-token dragon, creature in this battlefield, you gain 5 life. Deal 5 damage to target creature without flying. Meh. Token creatures gain flying. Cool. Random non-token creature you control gains flying till end of turn. It's alright. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. If you behold a dragon, that creature gets -5/-5. So at most, you're getting a -7 on a creature for 5 mana. Almost playable, but not quite. Vigilance, Flying, and Trample. It's okay. Might be a fun card to master. Nothing really worth talking about there. Kind of want to move a little quicker. Okay. All right. 2 new rares. When your first creature attacks, if you control token creature gain Death Touch and Berserker until end of turn. Okay, so this was this was the one they spoiled on the forum. So this one I have a lot of questions about, and I'll be able to answer them soon. When a creature leaves your graveyard, when a card leaves your graveyard, create a gold token. This effect can trigger up to 3 times per turn. Yeah, that should be pretty easy to do. Restore 3, target creature gains +3/+3 and gains flying. What is restore again? Oh yeah, the whole activated gems if it's in the graveyard. It's all right. Target creature is +4, deal for 4 damage to first opposing creature. Man, when you have all these other cards that just deal damage, deal X damage equal to the amount of power, this one is very underwhelming. Especially those cards usually cost a lot less than this one too, so not good. Target creature is +3 and gains haste until end of turn. I do like that it has harmonize at least, but I don't know. I might not use it very much. Most likely won't, I should be saying. Call the Spirit Dragons. All right. New Mythic. At the beginning of your turn, your dragon creatures gain prevent damage until end of turn. Okay. Then if this card's levels 20 or more, your opponent loses half their life rounded up. At the end of your turn, dragon creatures you control get +1/+1. Then increase this card's level by X. X is equal to the number of dragon cards you control. It's going to take a while to get to level 20. I don't know. It's fine. I think that I would rather just play the unstoppable slasher if I'm gonna do the whole opponent losing half their life thing. I don't know. I'll have to play with this card to see if it's actually worth using much, but at first glance, I'm not that impressed with it. Support enters the board, pick and fetch two of the first four land cards from your library. Okay. When non-token creature enters the battlefield, return this card to your hand. Pretty decent way of getting land cards into your hand. I don't hate it. I don't think it's amazing, but I don't think it's a bad card at all. Another mythic. All right. Pretty good luck with these packs. Okay. Another rare, too. Fetch the first creature card from your library. If that creature has power 4 or more, that card gains 15 mana and then reinforce each creature you control. Yeah, that's a good card. There are a lot of good cards that cost 15 or less mana. So a 4 power creature that costs 15 or less. I have to look to see what the best candidates for this card will be, but I'm sure there are plenty. I mean, even if you don't get it full mana, you're most of the way to filling up a Galta. So, yeah, reinforce each creature you control as well is strong. Yeah, that's a good card. I'm definitely going to have fun with it. And then it's got Harmonize as well. So that's awesome too. Sidisi, Regent of the Mire. Zombie Snake Warlock. Okay. Activate one, lose a non-token creature reinforcement, then fetch the next creature in the library that costs more than that creature and place it on the battlefield if you can't reinforce this creature. Okay. I think there's plenty we can do with this card. This will be a fun one to mess around with. Those drain mana cards just never are all that great. They usually cost too much for the effect. Creature attacks if you control them. You don't want to spend all this mana and time putting it into a one-time spell that will slightly slow down your opponent. I just think it's just bad in-game or bad in-battle resource management. Okay, 2 new rares. Good, good. At the beginning of your turn, reduce the cost of creature cards in your hand by 1. Okay. When a non-token creature you control dies, create a zombie druid. So they are just 2/2 zombies. It's too bad that it has to be a different subtype of zombie because they won't stack with other zombies. And I would rather have that than have that token clog up my space on my side of the board. When this creature enters the battlefield, surveil 3, then gain 3 life. Okay. When this creature is destroyed or exiled, destroy an opposing enchantment support, then drain 8 mana from your opponent's hand. That's not terrible. Not amazing, but not terrible. Support enters the board. Your opponent loses 5 life, then gain 5 life. Then surveil 2. When a non-token dragon creature enters the battlefield under your control, return this card to your hand. Meh. Support enters the board. Create 2 soldier tokens. Are they just 1/1s? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Those cards seem pretty underwhelming to me. Nothing really worth talking about here. This creature deals combat damage your opponent's planeswalker. You gain life, discard a card, and draw a card. It's a 3/3 with haste and flying for 13 mana. I mean, that's really all I gotta say about it. When this creature enters the battlefield, your opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Omnixilus, maybe? I mean, that's a very janky way of triggering Omnixilus, but destroy target creature you control. If you do, your creatures at +1/+1. Just way too weak of an effect for having to destroy one of your creatures. I mean, you can use this for objectives at least, so that's fine. But yeah, it's going to be a very niche card. You're not just going to use that card in most battles. But there are uses for it. Okay, these are all white cards. So let's see what we get. I think this was from one of the exclusive cards that I got. No, this is from the Elspeth packs that you get when you buy Elspeth. 20 mana, flash, create 2 Jeskai Monk tokens. Those creatures +2/+2. Then destroy target opposing creature with power 4 or greater. It's a pretty decent card, but for 20 mana, no, there's much better you can play. I do like the effect, but no. Okay, anything we like here? 10 mana to Surveil 2. I don't think Surveil on its own is that great of a mechanic. It's great in conjunction with other cards, but just on its own, you don't really. There's not a lot of reason to Surveil 2. I mean, it's a playable card, I guess, but at a certain point, you could do a lot better. Creature enters the battlefield. Your creature gets +1/+1. Don't really care. Okay, it's one of these. Stormplane Detainment. It's 12 mana, but it's got the Bind Emblem stuff. We should look at. I've yet to go through and see if there are any new candidates for Colors of Magic. Okay, this is 1 black booster pack. But maybe we can look at that after we're done opening these packs. We got some decent Commoner Cup, maybe Silver Duel cards. When this creature enters the battlefield, remove all buffs from the first opposing buffed creature. It's an interesting effect, but very situational. It's not always going to do much for you. And then this one, target creature gets +2/+2 and gains lifelink and hexproof until the beginning of your next turn. I like that side of the card. I would maybe use this, but the actual creature is just meh. Exile an opposing card with the greatest mana value. This is a solid card because it's tricolor, so you can put it in so many decks. A green always wants cards like this. So untargeted removal for 3 different colors, giving me, Streets of New Capenna vibes. And it's got flash too, which is great. So this actually reminds you of Mortality Spear. Remember that card? Yeah, I think you'll see this card being played a lot. I think it's a good card. 13 mana is a little steep, but the fact that green can use it is where you're going to see it most. It's all right. 13 mana is steep. That's fine. Nothing great. Okay, we are at our final color pack. So I think these are the packs that we'll get in Colors of Magic. Convert a gem. Just 1 gem? Nah. Alright. At least we got a new rare. At the beginning of your turn, your spell cards cost 1 less to cast. That's playable. How playable is it? Not super, but it'll be a decent card to master. Alright, next we got some super packs from the collector box. See what we get out of them. Not a great start. Okay, at least we got 2 new cards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 new cards out of a super pack is pretty good. You know, it's day 1 though, so you gotta expect somewhat. Card leaves the graveyard, draw a card. Meh. Support enters the board. Fetch the first non-legendary non-land card with base cost of 15 or less from your library. That card gains 5 mana when a non-token dragon creature enters the battlefield under your control. Return this card to your hand. Okay. Man, that's a lot to pay for a card. At least you can fetch a card and give it 5 mana, but they're much. Just play, what do you call it? Talent of the Telepath. Way better. Restore 3, target creature you control gains lifelink. I actually like that. Permanent lifelink to a card that you can choose is actually pretty solid effect. For something you can just have in your graveyard, I might use that card. May discard your hand and draw 2 cards, alignment and white, create a Jeskai Monk token. That's alright. Turn the first 2 cards from your graveyard to your hand. Target player returns 4 cards at random from their graveyard to their library and then exile this card. Is this playable? Maybe it's anti-grist, kind of. I don't know. I don't know if I would use it. Creature enters the battlefield. Oh, that sucks. Okay. 3 new cards out of a super pack. Not bad. 4, 5, 6, 6 new cards. When you cast this card, to convert 2 gems to each color. That could be interesting. 15 mana, though. A little bit steep. Draw 3 cards. Opponent creature at -3/-0 until end of turn. I like the effect, but 14 mana is kind of a lot. Create an elephant token. Okay. Just a 3/3. It does have Harmonize, but it's an okay card. First opponent creature gets -5/-0. That's not terrible. It's not great, but it might be playable. Hey, what's up, James? They gave me more super packs than I expected. Okay, still pulling some good amounts of new cards here. Oh, we got a dupe rare this time. Okay, what do we got? Beginning of return, convert 3 gems to white, blue, or red. If it's all one color, that's actually not bad. When this support is destroyed, create 3 bird tokens. We'll have to test that one to see how it converts. My guess is it's not that good. It's going to convert to random amounts of white, blue, or red. So in that case, it's not that great of a card. This creature enters the battlefield, destroying opposing support. Don't hate it. Destroy target creature powers 3 or lower. Fine. Return the first spell card. Exile a random creature card from your graveyard. It's a lot of stuff for very mediocre effects. Creature enters the battlefield. Target creature gets +1/+1. Restore 1. Target creature gets +2/+2. What is restore again? Okay, it's that's that restore one, the activate gem one. Harmonize is different. It's the one where it fuels cards in your graveyard depending on how many creatures you cast. Deal X damage to the first opposing creature. X the power of the first creature. Then if you behold a dragon, surveil 2. I don't hate it. I think this card is maybe playable in Ren and Realmbreaker, because you're going to want to put things into the graveyard with her. So maybe a commoner cup card. Destroy target creature. If you behold a dragon, your opponent loses 4 life. Okay, if this can, if you can use this on your own creatures, then it's definitely playable. First creature, first strike. Not great. All right. Final super pack. Pretty good luck on these super packs so far. Okay, still pulling new cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six new cards out of the super pack. Pretty decent. Drain X mana from your opponent's hands. X is the number of creatures and creature you can force you control up to 10. Well, draining 10 for 6 mana is pretty good ratio, but it is dependent on you having a bunch of creatures. So at that point, do you even care about draining your opponent of 10 mana? You're probably in control of the match. So probably not very playable. When another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, deal 2 damage to your opponent's planeswalker. Oh yeah, and it's got flash too, and it's kind of the wrong time to play this card is at the end of your opponent's turn. But whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter if you're playing it on the beginning of your turn or at the end of your opponent's. The effect is still in the wrong time. At the beginning of your turn, convert 2 gems to white, black, or green. Meh. Deal 2 damage to the first opposing creatures. Meh. Let's endure again. First creature gets +6/+6. Oh yeah, it's the Absent Spirit one. That's alright. Okay. Where are we at now? Are we opening elite packs? I think so. Okay, let's first start with the rare elite packs. Okay, this is what we can get. So I got 2 mythics and a rare from this pack. So we'll open. See what we get. Kotis the Fang Keeper. What's this one? Zombie Warrior. Okay, it's a zombie, so we want to pair it with Temet. 18 mana. When this creature deals combat damage to your opponent's planeswalker, exile the top 4 cards of each player's library, and your creatures get +4/+4. Okay. When this creature dies, return the first support card from your exile into play into your control. All right. Well, it's got prevent damage, which could be good. You make it into a blocker. That's solid. Good to pair with Loot, the key to everything, Dragonhawk, anything that enjoys exile. Aminatu, that's pretty good for her as well. Okay. Has some fun things going on with it. I don't hate it. Bloomvine Regent. When this creature or another non-token dragon creature enters the battlefield under your control, gain 1 life and 1 mana per creature you control. Okay, so the most you can get is 3 mana for playing a bunch of dragons. It's okay. And then what does the backside do? Convert 4 gems to green, then shuffle this card into your library. Converting 4 gems to green might be all right. I think it's just under the threshold of being that playable. But I don't know. We'll see. All right. So we're going to save the 400 jewel packs until after we've spent our gold on premium packs. I think that's the best way to do it. New Way Forward. I know this card looked interesting. When you're dealt damage, deal that much damage to your opponent's planeswalker, then draw 2 cards. You literally just pulled Cotis or Cotis. Nice. At the end of your opponent's turn, destroy the support. Okay, so Zivert was making a joke that it'd be funny to watch these cards ping each other to death, but will that happen though? Unless your opponent deals damage to you on your turn, I don't know if that would. They wouldn't just keep ponging each other. There are ways to make that happen, it seems, but I think that destroy the support is meant to try and make that not happen. Oh, okay, nice. I wanted to play this card. I'm glad I got it. Ureni, the Song Unending. It's a Spirit Dragon, 22 mana, 10/10. When this creature enters the battlefield, deal X damage to your opponent's creatures and Planeswalker. X is the number of cards you control, including their reinforcement. That's going to be fun because just put this in with Thopter Fabricator, for example. Anything that doubling season, anything like that. And then extravagant replication, and you're just going to be dealing so much damage to your opponent and their creatures every turn. Yeah, this is going to be fun. I can't wait. All right. Storm Scale Scion. All right. We're getting mythics out of the Rare Plus pack, so that's good. 24 mana for a 4/4 dragon. At the beginning of combat on your turn, dragon creatures you control get +1/+1 for each of their reinforcements until the beginning of your next turn. Okay. When you cast a card, reinforce this creature until end of turn. Okay. That can get fun in a spell slinging type of deck. Yeah. Um. All right. 24 mana is a lot, though. I think I could still have fun with it, but I'm just worried about it clogging your hand if you're in a looping type of deck that you would want to play that in. Dupe rare. Okay, fine. All right, so we got our elite packs left, and now we're going to open our premium packs. The reason I'm doing that is so that we hopefully get some mythics and or masterpieces from these premium packs so that I don't get any dupes from, like, if I pull the same card from the elite pack first and then pull it from here, then it's kind of a waste. Okay, still getting a decent amount of new cards, new commons. Doing pretty well with those. Gotta see how many I got. Yeah, that rejuvenation card, that green elephant, looks interesting. Okay. Hydra, Warden of the Grove. At the end of your turn, this creature gets +1/+1. When a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, endure 2. Meh. Deal 4 damage to a random opposing creature. That's okay. Return the first card from your graveyard to your hand. Usually don't care about doing that. This one looks cool. Rainveil Rejuvenator. Activate 2 green. Gain X mana. X is this creature's power times 2. When this creature enters the battlefield, destroy the top cards of your library. So this is one to pair with, like, Fangs of Colonia or something like that, for instance. Something that really pumps up your creature's power. And then run this in a green conversion type of deck. And you're going to get tons of mana from it. So I do want to mess around with this card. I think it's going to be fun. Okay, another one of those lands. Um, Restore one, target creature is +2/+2 and gains reach. That could be alright. Um, yeah, that was an okay pack. So I had enough gold to buy 4 of them. But if I start getting all dupes, then I might just stop. Because I want to save some gold for Battles from the Ages. And then maybe I'll start playing Trials of the Plains again. Let me play that a couple times a week. When you're not playing Trials of the Plains, you save a lot of crystals. However, you lose out on being able to round out your collection of a set as you go. So there's definitely a trade off. It's up to you to decide what you value more. This creature enters the battlefield. Destroy the top 4 cards of your library. Okay. Return the first creature card with base cost mana 11 or less from graveyard to the battlefield. Okay. That's actually not bad. You can do fun things with that. Okay, one of these lands. Beginning of turn. Okay, another one of those lands. Or it's an artifact, but artifact that's basically functions as a land. Then a bunch of commons. Still getting you commons. That's good. Okay, another rare. Dupe rare. Dupe rare. Okay, we're definitely getting to a place of diminishing returns. Surrak, rare Surrak, can't have its mana drained or raised. At the beginning of your turn, spell cards in your hand gain 2 mana. Okay. When your opponent casts a creature card, draw a card. This effect can trigger up to 4 times per turn. It's an okay card. The spell cards in your hand gaining 2 mana is probably the most interesting part of this card, but I don't see myself using it in most cases. Activate 3, convert 3 gems to green. That's not bad. Your creatures gain trample and berserker until end of turn. I don't know how I feel about the berserker, but I guess if you play this in the right deck, it's fine. Beginning of your combat on your turn, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Okay. I think there are some decks where this card can be good. Definitely want to play it with large creatures so that they don't die to berserker, but I think it's an all right. All right. Okay. So all these monuments are artifacts, and they kind of have a theme, even though they're colorless. They it seems like certain colors want the artifact that corresponds with it. Destroy target creature, create 2 Mardu warrior tokens. That's not bad. It's a removal spell with some token generation, which is not that common. Okay. See how this pack goes, and then decide if I want to keep buying premium packs. Okay, still getting new stuff. Have not gotten a new mythic, but we are getting new rares. So that's cool. Yeah, it's not looking too great anymore. Lotus Light Dancers, when this creature enters the battlefield, move the first card bear to restore from your library to the graveyard. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Zombie Bard. So that pairs with Temet as well. Um, I think that can be a niche card. When a creature you control is buffed, draw a card. This effect can trigger only once per turn. Beginning of combat on your turn, all your creatures +1/+1. Then those creatures gain Menace until end of turn. Well, Menace is actually fairly relevant these days because of things like Sab Sudden. Vindicator is still around, though very rarely now, I would say. Used to be every deck you'd have to run into a Vindicator, but he's died down a bit. But still, there are cards that you want to get around. I think I'm just going to do one more premium pack here. Save some gold. I don't want to be left with 15. Oh, well, this is the last one I can get anyway because I'm at 315. And I'm not getting much out of it. Okay, we're still getting a new uncommon, but no mythics out of what is it? 5 premium packs. Not good. Had great luck elsewhere, but these premium packs have been pretty underwhelming. So this would have been the last one I would pulled anyway. Just getting a new uncommon or common here and there. Yeah, not a great pack. Really bad, actually. Yeah, that was. I kind of wish I didn't pull it, but you never know with the luck in this game. But okay, let's go back to opening elite packs and see what we get. So we got no new mythics, so it didn't even really matter. Okay, Zergo Stormrender. Orc Warrior Masterpiece. Tricolor. 10 mana for 3/3/1. Another creature you control dies. If you have 5 or less cards in your hand, draw a card. That card gains half its mana rounded down. Otherwise, your opponent loses 3 life. It's going to be very situational to use a card like this. I don't know. I don't think it's that great of a masterpiece. So at least we got that one out of the way. Inevitable Defeat. Okay, this is a cool card. It's got some Ruinous Ultimatum vibes to me. It's got the same colors. Flash, it's 18 mana. Exile a random opposing creature. Exile a random opposing artifact. So basically, exile a bunch of random stuff of theirs, which is a pretty solid card. Good effects. Yeah, I'm definitely going to use this card. It's not as good as, Requisition Rate or Chaos Warp, but it's up there as a really good card. Really good removal, I should say. So what is left in this pack that we even want? Aligned Heart seems cool. Your red cards gain 10 mana when the support enters the board. So you're going to want to play this in a deck with multicolored cards or red and white Planeswalker. Alignment red increases cards level by 1. Then create a Jeskai Monk token and reinforce it X times. X is this card's level. So alignment triggers only once per turn. So that's meh. Diviner of Mist. Oh yeah, this seems good because of the return the first spell card with mana 12 or less from your grave to your hand. That card gains full mana. So hopefully you grab a Mystical Teachings in that way. And if Cut Your Losses was still in standard, that would be a great one to grab as well. I want this card too. Mana Geyser. Convert X gems to red. X is the greatest mana cost among cards your opponent controls. I don't like that it's situationally related to what your opponent has on the board. So I don't know. It could be good. It might suck. But I want this one as well. Will of the Timber. So we'll spend some packs, some jewels on that. When you cast a card, reduce the cost of the first card in your hand by X. Then you lose X life. X is the number of cards in your graveyard. That could be good, could be bad, depending on when you play this card when it's on the board. I don't know. I think it's going to be mostly good until toward the end of the game. Okay, what do we got in here? What do we have? We got 2 of the cards that we can pull. This seems like a good pack. So let's see what we get from it. Mox Jasper. At the beginning of your turn, convert 2 gems to the most present color on the board. If you control a dragon creature, instead convert 6 gems to the most present color on the board. So it could be good, but you do need a dragon. So this will be a very niche card in most cases, unless the dragons turn out to be really good. And I haven't been like overly impressed with the dragons in this set, but we'll see. Dracogenesis, support card enchantment, red, 16 mana. When you draw a dragon card, card costs 0 to cast until end of turn. This effect can trigger up to 3 times per turn. Well, all right, so you can get some free dragons if you draw into them. So you're going to want to play this with Surveil and Draw. And yeah, I think this could be a really good card. We'll have to play around with it and figure that out. And we didn't get the main things I wanted from that pack, but that's okay. So we have 2 mythics already from this pack. I honestly don't know how many of these are chase worthy yet. We'll find out. Dragonologist. 10 mana, human wizard. When this creature enters the battlefield, fetch the first spell or dragon card from your library. Being your turn, your dragon creatures gain hexproof and menace. That's alright, I guess. Fetching a first spell or dragon card could be good, maybe. I don't know. Seems just okay. Anything else we want here? I would like one of the will cards, but we'll see if we get them. Revival of the Ancestors also seemed really good. Oh wait, no, this wasn't the saga that I wanted. I wanted the other saga that I don't see in this pack. Perenation. Return the creature with the most reinforcements from your graveyard to the battlefield. With its reinforcement, that creature gains hex proof. Then that creature gains shield counter 1. So that's a pretty solid card. I wonder if the creature needs to have reinforcements first to be able to pull it out of the graveyard, or if it will just pull any creature out of the graveyard, even if it doesn't have reinforcements. So we'll have to test it. This can be a really good card, but we'll just have to see how easily you can cast it. So, okay, I still got a bunch of jewels, and let's see if we want anything from here. I do want Will of the Timber. I think that is one I want. Aligned Heart as well. Diviner Mist. Okay, so there are some cards in here that we want. So I'll go ahead and I think I'll pull 3 and see what our luck turns out to be. Will of the Temur. All right, we got it. I'm happy with that. Okay, so we want Align Heart or Diviner of the Mist the most. But I think I can be happy with any of these other cards. So should I just round out this pack? Maybe. Diviner Mist. All right, got this one as well. Card I wanted. What's next? So we got the 2 biggest chases. Okay, I'll just cross fingers and whatever I get, I'll probably be okay with. Okay, Aligned Heart. All right. So that's good. I think I want to just save my 2 other elite pack pulls for later, for the next pack, and continue to grab resources. All right, last thing I want to do before I go here is look at Colors of Magic possibilities. So let's look at our cards that cost 11 or more or less. No cards in rare that are 11. We get anything from here. These monuments are just conversions, so we're probably not going to use them. Activate 2, alignment white. No, probably not going to use that. Temur monument. No, I don't think so. Target creature. Okay, this we might want to use. When this creature enters the battlefield, target creature gains stun counter 2. Restore 3. Target creature gains stun counter 2. So that can kind of mess up your opponent's creature-based strategy. So that's a possible candidate for using in Colors of Magic. Anything we like here? What's this? Focus of Mind, discard a card, draw 3 cards, cast 2 or more cards this turn, gain 4 mana. Probably not going to use it. Though drawing 3 cards in Colors of Magic can be helpful. But I don't think any of these other cards are going to be worth using. Create a gold token, gain 3 life, fetch the first lane card. Okay, so yeah, not much from Colors of Magic that we want to play. So there we have it. We got a decent amount of cards from the set. Yeah, got a lot of the commons out of the way. Pretty good amount of uncommons too, actually. Did pretty well there. How many rares? Not bad. Not great. Decent amount of rares. Didn't do so great with mythics, I don't think. Actually got a solid amount of mythics. I actually can't hate on that too much. And how many masterpieces? These are the ones that I got from elite packs. All in all, pretty solid first day of pack openings. So I'm going to go ahead, have some lunch, and then I'll come back and play around with some of these new cards and see what we get out of them.